We are the most connected generation in the human history, the most informed, the most educated, the most technologically advanced. But why so many people still feel lost? It's a strange contradiction. We have access to more knowledge than any generation before us. The more opportunities, the more freedom, more options. You can learn almost anything, become almost anyone, move almost anywhere, build almost anything. And yet, so many people carry the same question: what am I actually doing with my life? This feeling, it necessarily not unhappiness. It's not even failure. It's not always anxiety. It is something more difficult to describe. A feeling of drift, a feeling of standing in front of endless opportunities while having no clear sense of which direction matters. Life can look completely fine from outside, but internally there is often a strange uncertainty. Not because there are too few paths, but because there are too many options. And here comes my personal observation. When I moved to Canada, nobody handed me a roadmap. There wasn't one obvious path forward. There were hundreds. I could work, study, build something, change directions, start over, or keep going. And the strange part is, for a long time, I felt more freedom actually gives more clarity. Instead, it often creates more questions. The options were real, but knowing which one matters was something entirely different. The great reversal. For most of the human history, people inherited direction, not always freedom, but direction. You were born into community, a role, a culture, a set of expectations, a shared understanding of what life's supposed to look like. Life has fewer options, but it had strong orientation. Today, the equation has flipped. We have more freedom than ever before, more information, more opportunities, more possible futures. But many of the systems that once proved orientations has become weaker. Community, shared rituals, long-term mentorship, shared identity, and shared meaning. The old maps are disappearing slowly, and the newer ones hasn't fully arrived. And here comes the hidden pattern. I think one of the biggest misunderstanding about the freedom is the belief that more options automatically creates a better life. But as in humans, we don't need just options. We need orientation. Options tell you what you can do, the endless possibilities. But orientation tells you what is worth doing. Options tells you where you can go. Orientations tells you why you are going there. And without orientation, even the freedom can become exhausting. And here comes the modern paradox. Research constantly shows that despite being so connected and informed than any generation before us, many young adults reportedly increase the level of loneliness, anxiety, and uncertainty about the future. This isn't because opportunities are disappearing, it's because opportunities and the direction are not the same thing. We solve the problem of access, but we never solve the problem of orientation and the map without the compass. I think modern life gave us something which previous generations never had: a map without a compass, a map with every destination. You can see every lifestyle, every career, every city, every possibility you can imagine. The problem is nobody handed us a compass. Modern life gives us a map with every destination. It never taught us how to choose one. And without a compass, every path starts to look equally uncertain. The pattern reveal is maybe this is why so many people feel lost. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunities, not because they lack potential, but because human beings were never designed to navigate the endless possibilities without any sense of orientation. Freedom answers the question, what can I do? Orientation answers the question, what's worth doing? And those are not the same questions. Maybe the problem isn't that this generation has too little. Maybe it has anything more than any generation before it. More information, more options, more freedom, more possibilities. But possibility alone doesn't create direction. So maybe the question isn't, what should I do with my life? Maybe the question is, what am I orienting my life around? Because the direction doesn't come from having more options, it comes from knowing which ones matter.